Hello again, here I am from another undisclosed location, here to talk to you about evolutionism, the difference between evolutionism and the fact of creation. We've been going back and forth for a while, and skeptics always wanted to say that you can't switch the burden of proof. So, which burden of proof are you switching? Because evolution needs a burden of proof too. You have to prove evolution too, evolutionism. And if you don't prove evolution, you can't tell us anything. So, and if you want to know what the evidence of creation is, the fact is that creation is evidence of an eternal maker. So, we have all the evidence on our side, on the side of creation, and zero evidence on the part of magical matter, because everything costs something. Everything takes power. This is grade school stuff. Junior high. Junior high should understand all this science. There's the fact that the fact that you can't get energy from no energy. You can't order energy that's not there. And even if you have energy, you can't order it. You can't bunch it up. You can't get energy to flow downhill, so to speak. So not only can't you have energy, you can't get it to flow downhill from a greater source to a lesser source. Because where did that greater source come from? Greater source came from a greater source, and a greater source, and a greater source. This is all evidence. Everything you see is evidence of your all-powerful, eternal maker of time and space, because it's the fabrication of matter that makes gravity. Gravity is the result of mass, of matter. And you can't get time and distance, the dilation of time and distance. Our existence is made possible by the dilation of time and distance. That's a result of gravity. If you don't have gravity, you don't have time and distance. You have dilation of time and distance, or slowed down time and limited distance, because otherwise everything is unlimited. Time is unlimited, not measurable. Distance is immeasurable, not measurable, not limited. We have a limitation of time and distance because it's a fabrication. It's the result of dilated time and distance, which is the result of the creation of matter and mass all throughout the universe. They're like 3D tent poles all over the universe that are holding time and space together, because they have quote-unquote limited reach. Gravity has unlimited reach. So that means that all the black holes around the universe are what's holding time and space together. And of course, if you have a little bit more mass, you have more dilation of time and space. Like you go near a pyramid, time slows down, distance contracts, although we can't hardly measure it. We recently were able to measure a phenomenal measurement of dilation of time and distance, or dilation of distance, I mean, which means that it verifies that Einstein's theory is no longer a theory, it's an actual fact. It's not just a theory, it's an observation. Both the dilation of time and the dilation of distance, because of course we got GPS that depends, or that calculates the dilation of time and distance, time and the speed. And now we have the observation or detection from the interferometers around the world that are detecting dilation of distance, which is an awesome thing. It's like one of the greatest things of our day. And I got people looking for dark matter and dark energy, and they're wasting money here and there. But these interferometers that they're making, that's worth your money, because that way you can detect things out there. And of course, us as creationists aren't afraid of science. We invented science to begin with. Newton, all the people of science, they were all believers in God. Not just because they had to, because they did believe in God. And all of the secular institutions used to be Christian institutions. They used to be Christian in their teaching and doctrine. And they all left the faith and the truth, of course, and went after faith and believing in magical matter. So there you have it. It's all just a whole bunch of nonsense. And we have Lawrence Krauss, who believes in 0-point energy. He says that if you add all the math up, it comes out to zero. You might as well categorize Lawrence Krauss as a flat earther too, because it's the same sort of thing. 0-point energy. Yeah, right. It all comes out to zero. Everything costs something. Everything takes energy, and it's a greater and greater energy that's required. Any little amount of energy requires a greater amount of energy. You know that from charging your cell phone. You should. So where did the battery to charge your cell phone get its energy? From a greater source of energy. Where did that get its source of energy? From a greater source of energy. Where did that get its source of energy? From a greater source of energy. So you have all the evidence in the world of an infinite regress of infinite potential, infinite power. And of course you have all the wisdom and understanding. You can't use directed things as evidence of no direction. You can't use design as evidence of no design. So it's all there for us to see. It's just a matter of you wanting to see or admit or confess the truth. Of course, Jesus said, my yoke is easy and my burden is light, but somehow people think that the way of God is hard. They think it's harder to go the way of God. They want to go the easier way, so they cause all kinds of troubles and problems for themselves, thinking it's easier. So just do the right thing, and you'll be happier. You'll be free from vices, and you'll know the joy of the Lord. And because of having a clear conscience, because of believing what's true.